FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
David Carr, writing in the New York Times, Carr says that Robert Thompson, the managing editor of the Wall Street Journal, and Gerard Baker, the deputy managing editor, quote, "The two men have had a big impact on the paper's Washington coverage, adopting a more conservative tone and editing and headlining articles to reflect chronic skepticism of the current administration," close quote. Fair?
I don't think it's become conservative. Maybe a little more balanced. If you read into every story, very carefully, it certainly hasn't become conservative. Were there in the past a few correspondents there who had a bit of a left-wing tinge in the way they covered stories? Yes, probably.
According to the Gallup organization, 20% of Americans call themselves liberals. 40% call themselves conservative. I think we can accept, given the various polls that have been done through the years, the various newsroom surveys, that overwhelmingly newspapers in this country are dominated by editors and reporters who are liberal. Why shouldn't the Wall Street Journal be quite straightforward about saying we intend to be a newspaper for the rest of Americans, and incidentally that market is twice as large? Or is there a danger in being explicit about it? How do you think that through?
We want to be objective as one can be, and as fair as one can be, and we think the rest of the press is monolithically, very often, unfair. But you forgot to mention the 40% of America who call themselves independents.
Yes.
Now, they're people who don't like either party. They're not about to join the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. This country is, I say, vaguely centre-right in mood. And if you look at me and a few people, you might say we're a little bit more right than that. But the paper, I don't think there's no question that the editorial right of the opinion pages at the back of the paper, at the front section, are consistently take a pretty conservative attitude. They never endorse candidates, right, but they look very skeptically at big government and what's going on in Washington.